Hello friends, and welcome back to It's Cocktail Time. Friends, today we're going to make a very, very old cocktail. It's called the Lady's Blush. The Lady's Blush appears in a book called American and Other Drinks from 1878. That's a long time ago, right? Now, there are some weird things about this cocktail which made it of interest to me, and I think you'll find it interesting too. So the first thing that's interesting about this cocktail is it says it's supposed to be served in a small colored glass tumbler. I don't have anything like that. Small to me means rocks glass, so that's what we're going to use. Now, the very first thing we're going to do is we are going to rim the rocks glass with lemon juice, which I have on this dish here, and then with white sugar. Yum! So we've got a lemon and white sugar rim on our chilled rocks glass. Now we're going to set it aside, and we're going to start to compose the cocktail. Now, the recipe for this cocktail calls for a wine glass full of gin, and that's an interesting, direction, because what does a wine glass full of gin mean? Well, I did some research. Did you know that wine glasses have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger? Since like the 1600s, they've just gotten bigger and bigger. So right now, there are wine glasses that are as big as like 15 ounces. And if you fill them halfway, then you've got about 7.5 ounces of wine. Now, is that what they were drinking in wine glasses back in 1878? No, I did some research. There are actually these cool people in Cambridge who did this whole historical study of wine glasses. And in 1878, a typical wine glass was about 5 ounces. So that means filling it properly would fill it about halfway, which means about 2.5 ounces. So I'm going to go with that measurement, and I'm going to say that we're going to use for our glass full, our wine glass full of gin, 2.5 ounces of gin. 1 and 2 and... Okay. Now, the next ingredient is 1 teaspoon of white sugar. Very simple. Okay. And the next ingredient is also a teaspoon of creme de noyau. Now, we've used this in the past. I'm going to refresh your memory because this is kind of a weird thing. First of all, it's pink, which is awesome. Creme de noyau tastes like almonds, but it is not made with almonds. It is made with typically apricot kernels and pits, sometimes cherry pits. These things, oddly enough, taste like almonds. That's the same ingredient in amaretto. Amaretto also tastes like almonds, but is not made with almonds. So the other interesting thing about creme de noyau and amaretto, the fact that they're made with apricot kernels actually contain a compound, a chemical, that when digested, turn into cyanide. Isn't that fun? You're taking your life in your hands when you drink amaretto and creme de noyau, because in fact they contain little tiny amounts of cyanide. Yes. You can't make this stuff up, folks. It's so weird. Anyway, we're taking a teaspoon of, hopefully not fatal, creme de noyau. Okay. And we are going to take just 5 drops, which I already measured out with a little stopper, 5 drops of absinthe. Like I said, very weird cocktail, but I'm very interested in trying it. Okay, now we are going to add our ice, and this cocktail is shaken. So we're going to shake this up. So we've got the gin, the noyau, the sugar, the absinthe, and then on the rim, we've got the lemon and more sugar. By the way, this drink is called the Lady's Blush because it is, to quote the book, a favorite drink among the fair sex. Fair sex is a very old-fashioned way to say women. That's what that means. Okay, now we're going to strain this into our glass with the lemon sugar rim. It's a pretty color. You know how much I like pink, right? All right, let's taste the Lady's Blush. Well, you know, obviously it's mostly gin. It's just a big fucking glass of gin with a couple of other little things in it. So 2.5 ounces of gin, to which is added a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of creme de noyau, and 5 drops of absinthe. That's it. You know, it just tastes like a big old gin to me. Yeah, there's not enough creme de noyau in here to do anything but color it. I cannot taste the almond. I cannot taste the sweetness at all. Can't taste the absinthe. Not enough absinthe to even get that hint of anise, you know, that is so nice as a note in a cocktail. Can't taste the sugar. It's all dissolved. It's just pink colored gin, in my opinion. That's about all it is. Huh. I expected more from this cocktail. I expected something more complex, and I'm not getting it. So, it's fun to try these things, especially these really old things, but this is not something to waste your time with. It was certainly educational for me learning about it, especially learning about wine glass sizes. That was very interesting. But there's no need to make this. Drink up, enjoy.